Hello, everybody, and welcome back for another episode of From BA to Broadway. You know who it is. It's me. It's Mr. Brennan Stefanik. Here with your general programming reminders. Folks, every Monday we are here with the main episode. Every Wednesday, Danny and I are bringing you In the Spotlight. But enough about us and me. Today we're here with someone way different. It is the one and only Miss Clair Rachel Howell. Claire, what's going on?
Hello.
Welcome
Hi,
to the
Brennan.
pod.
I love the radio host voice.
Oh my God, stop.
So
Stop,
professional.
Stop. Yeah, I try. I try really hard.
No baby voice.
Sorry about that.
No baby
okay,
voice.
I'll cut that then.
It's in my rider. We can't have any baby
oh my
voice
God,
on the
I'm so sorry.
on the
I didn't
podcast.
read it all the way
No.
through. It was so long. I couldn't believe how much stuff you put on there. Jeez. Claire, who the heck are you and what do you do?
Hi, my name is Claire. I am an actor in New York City. I'm a vacation swing at Wicked on Broadway.
Amazing.
So crazy. And yeah, that's me.
We did talk about swings and understudies and all that jazz, but what is a vacation swing specifically?
So they schedule me dates in advance and tell me when I'm going to be in when people have vacation scheduled or just time off. So I am not there all the time.
Okay.
Right now I'm just there until September.
Okay.
And then it's kind of like a rolling contract. They'll reach out and be like, hey, we need you for these months, these weeks.
Great.
And I don't know exactly how it's going to go because this is my first time doing it.
Hell yeah, it
I guess we'll see.
is. Claire, how do we know each other?
Oh, well, we worked at a restaurant together.
We sure did. New York, baby.
Times Square.
Mhm.
You had a really interesting last day.
I did.
Do
That
you
was
remember?
Boy do I. It is seared into my brain. Folks, on my very last day at this restaurant, I don't know what happened in the air of this, but it was just cuckoo bananas all day. And then at the very end, I had someone throwing up at a table for like an hour into.
No, you guys, like hours.
Truly, they asked for a bucket, and I was like, "What?" And then I looked over, and this girl looked so ill, and all we had to give them was a very fancy champagne bucket, into which she hurled for so long.
And like they just sat there too, which is
Yeah.
like the best part. Like I cannot believe they did not leave.
No.
Like they just stayed.
That girl couldn't move. Poor thing. Hey, you're probably listening to this too. I hope you're doing well. But
Did you know that was going to be your last day?
I did. Yes.
Okay.
No, I didn't
That
quit
wasn't
on the
like
spot.
the thing that broke you.
But a lot of the management didn't know because at the end, I turned in my shirt and my little apron and I was like, "Here you go," and they were like, "What?" And I was like, "Did they not tell you I put in my 2 weeks?" And then they're like, "No." I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, bye. Thank you. Thanks for making it a really memorable last day." They made me close. They kept me till close. And I almost did think about being like, you know what? Gotta go. Gotta blast.
There was just like nothing behind your eyes.
No.
Like yeah.
It was time to go.
That was really funny.
Oh, well.
Great place.
Oh, great time. Claire, did you go to school for theater?
I did. So out of high school, I went to DePaul University in Chicago. Well, at the end of high school, I had a crisis, and I was like, I've done musical theater my whole life. I'm going to switch over and do public relations.
What?
So random.
Yeah.
So random. The thing I did my whole life, musical theater, like I should have auditioned. I should have like done the college thing.
Yeah.
And I just didn't.
Okay.
So stupid. Mistake.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I went to DePaul. I did communications for a year. Hated it. Switched over to vocal performance there where I was doing like opera stuff.
Amazing.
I was like, I love this, but I want to do musical theater. Transferred to AMDA, LA. American Musical Dramatic Academy.
Are you from California?
I'm from California.
Okay, I thought so.
Transferred there for a year. Transferred to the New York campus. Finished there. And I've been here ever since.
You've been bopping around all over the place.
I have been bopping all over the place.
When did you move to the city?
I moved in 2016.
Whoa.
So it's been like 8 years.
Look at you.
In the city.
You're a New Yorker through and through.
I know. Am I?
I would
feel
say
like I
so.
am.
8 years?
I
Hell
feel
yeah.
like I am. I know, but I don't want to forget my California roots.
Oh, man. I don't think you can.
That's really important to me.
Yeah.
But I have that energy.
do you feel weird going back there and it is like so much slower? Like, is it a huge kind of shift, or is it still just like in your blood where you can kind of just code switch?
Oh, it is such a switch. But it's like whenever I go back, it's so nice.
Yeah,
You know, it's so nice.
for sure.
Except like I went back for the pandemic.
Oh, yeah.
I was in Laguna for a while and that was too much.
Heard.
And I'm an only child. So it was just me
Okay.
and the parents. Like it was just like a lot.
Yeah.
But it's been a while since I've been back. It's been like over a year.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. So I'd
Gotta
love to go back.
Hell yeah.
I know.
But you can't because you have a job now.
I have a job now, and also my parents are here now.
They live here?
Yeah.
Okay. Never mind that.
I'm an only child. So
Oh, they came here for
so
you?
they're here for me.
Oh
Which is
my
amazing.
God.
I'm so grateful. But so I think they're selling the Laguna house.
Wow.
I don't know.
Damn.
So random.
Do they live in the city?
They live upstate.
Okay. That's so nice.
Yeah, which is amazing. And I was going up all the time before Wicked happened and just staying up there. And now I try and go up like every Sunday is the day off right now. So
Oh, wow.
I try going up. Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Nice. Wow.
It's very fun.
Amazing. You're on Broadway now, but you weren't always on Broadway.
I wasn't.
Right? Isn't that crazy?
It's so crazy.
What's your story?
So
You went to AMDA.
I went to
And then you
AMDA.
went to AMDA.
then I went to AMDA. AMDA did teach me good life skills, I feel like. AMDA gets shit on.
You can say that.
Scamda, they call it.
You
Have you heard that?
No.
Really?
No.
They call it Scamda. I honestly learned a lot. I think they really prepare you for the professional world really well. If I could go back, I probably would have wanted to go to like a real 4-year
Yeah.
Michigan, like I don't know, like a
Heard.
a real
For sure.
moment.
It's one of those things where like I didn't know I was going to school for theater, and if I did, I probably would have looked into it a little bit more. But
Yeah. Where did you go?
I went to UMass Amherst.
Okay.
It was a state school, not an amazing theater program,
Mhm.
but I became a person there. I became a real person in a real world,
And
which is, it was so important
That's
and
so
necessary. So like, it was 100% worth it. I would
Yeah.
not trade it for the world.
That's great.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, AMDA taught me good life skills. And then after that, I booked a children's tour with Arts Power.
Oh, wow.
So it was 5 of us in a van,
A
traveling all of
van.
America
Wow.
with our set and like going to schools at like 5 a.m., setting up the set, doing the show,
Oh my god.
staying in a hotel, 3 people in a hotel room,
No.
2 beds, someone on an air mattress.
No.
So
Oh my
so
goodness.
bad. It was just so crazy because sometimes we'd be performing at like the biggest equity houses you can imagine.
Of course.
And then sometimes it'd be like a kindergarten at like 6 in the morning.
Amazing.
So we learned a lot.
I'm sure you did. What was the show?
It was called Your Alien.
Oh, wow.
And I was a little boy named George.
Amazing.
Who had a friend alien.
Typecast.
I know. Right? Totally. It's like so crazy. Oh, it's so funny. But I was so excited when I booked it because it was like my first job out of school.
course, for sure.
So I did that, came back, and then I booked Disney Cruise Line,
Yeah, you did.
which was exciting
Of course.
and also happened right before the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
So like our opening night, we all got an email that cruises were shutting down.
Yeah.
So we are like, okay, that's cool. And then we stayed on the boat for 2 weeks, no guests,
Oh, okay.
which was just insane.
Yeah.
And they were like, you're not going to leave. You're not going to leave. Like, we're going to keep you here. And then obviously they ended up sending us home.
Yeah.
But that was just like the craziest experience because we were literally alone on a Disney ship
Yeah.
for 2 weeks. And we just had the best time.
That's
'Cause
great.
we had no idea what was going on.
Yeah.
You know, like,
of course.
and my friends would call me and be like, we have to leave the city, like New York, like we have to get out. And I was like, what is happening?
Have fun.
This is so insane. Like we weren't social distancing, like, and we had
Yeah.
no COVID on the ship because we just
Amazing.
didn't meet anyone or do anything.
Wow.
So insane. Left, had COVID. I didn't have COVID.
Okay.
COVID happened.
Yeah, it did. Have you not had COVID?
I've had it twice.
Okay.
Maybe. I think.
Okay.
Have you had it?
I've had it twice for sure, 3 times possibly.
Right.
Who's to say? But yes.
When
I
you
sure
get sick now, are you testing?
If it's significant enough where
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, my body feels bad, then yeah.
Yeah.
But I knock on wood, haven't really been too sick in the past year or so.
neither.
Knock on wood. But yeah, I mean, I do it when I can.
It's crazy. It's crazy that that's just like a part of our like life now.
Oh, for sure,
it's like
for sure.
flu, cold, COVID.
Yeah. Whatever.
Insane.
Yep. One of
Um,
those things. I heard it's all a hoax, though, so I'm sure we'll be fine.
Yeah, that's what I think, too. I think people are just making it up.
Yeah, whatever. That is not true, folks. We're just silly and fun.
Left, and then Disney called, and we went back and reopened the ship.
Amazing.
And have you done a cruise ship?
I have not done a cruise ship.
Would you do a cruise ship?
I've never been on a cruise
You've never
ship.
been on a cruise ship?
I don't know how I would do on boats.
Are you scared of water?
Not at all. No. My mom didn't like boats, so we never like took a cruise as a family trip.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I went to college, they started going on cruises, and I was like,
no way.
what the hell?
She was just lying until you left. And
I
then
guess
they could
so.
Go without
They
you.
just started going with their friends and stuff, and I was like, what am I supposed to do?
That's actually
Hello?
so crazy. My mom was the same way. My mom, I just always grew up thinking cruises were like lame and for old people. Like
Okay.
she had like a vendetta against cruises. She thought it was like the worst way of traveling.
Interesting.
So I just kind of like adopted that, and I was like, yeah, a cruise is gross.
I mean, I love sitting out in the sun. I love
Oh
a
my-
pool.
It's the best thing ever.
I
And
love not having to walk too far.
yes, and our mutual friend Ellie Wyman
Absolutely. Shout out Ellie.
was on Norwegian in 6,
Mhm.
so I went and visited, and
Oh,
I had
wow.
literally the best time as a guest.
Amazing.
It's like everything you want.
You rock and roll.
But
Yeah, I got to get on one of those.
yeah, you do.
Also, I mean, now that I have the little Disney discounts too, I'm like, I'm trying to keep an eye on when they start docking in New York. So,
Well, I'm like, you should perform on a cruise.
I mean, yeah, I would like to take one first to make sure I'm not
Make sure you
wildly motion
make sure
sick.
you like it. True. C bands are they
Oh,
sell
yeah,
C
yeah,
bands.
yeah, yeah.
That's what I would always wear.
Okay.
It's not. It can get crazy. There's definitely times we would be doing the show, and it was like
Mm-hmm.
you literally could see the set rocking back and forth,
Crazy.
which is just so insane. But I do think it's a good gig that everyone should do like once,
For sure.
because you get to travel to really cool places.
Yeah.
And you get to make money without having to spend any of it.
That's amazing.
You know what I mean?
Unheard of.
Like, what a great way. Like, honestly, besides like Broadway, it's such a great way for performers to make money.
Yeah.
And I feel like it just gets shit on.
I mean, I feel like
No.
anything that is not really Broadway or anything just has a bad rap nowadays
Yeah.
for no particular reason.
Like, why? And that's my mom said the same thing. She's like, oh, if you do cruises, you'll be stuck doing cruises forever. And it's like, cruises are not that bad.
No.
I think they're great options, and you shouldn't
I
feel
agree.
bad about
Yeah.
doing one.
Absolutely. You know?
You know?
Do your thing. Who cares? Who cares? You
Who
know?
cares?
Who cares? Also, like, Disney is just a beast in itself. Like, it is a completely different kind of theatrical experience and like employment and stuff. So like that's just another thing to add in your tool belt, another little skill there, you know?
Yeah.
What show were you in?
I was Anna and Frozen.
Yeah, you were. Was that a dream come true?
Yeah, it was. It was literally a dream come true.
Mhm.
And then they had like random shows. Ours was called Believe, where it's just like all
Oh,
the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
characters like doing whatever. And then
Of
Aladdin
course.
as well, which like I shouldn't be in Aladdin.
Oh my
but
God. Who are you?
in the ensemble.
Hell yeah.
it's just-
Agrabah is a fictional city.
Yeah, right.
Is what they say.
It's so bad.
Interesting.
It's so bad. But I don't know. My cruise ship experience was different because it was like post-COVID. So it definitely wasn't the best
Yeah.
experience in my life. We couldn't get off the ship.
Oh,
And we had to wear
no.
masks. So all the cool places we went to, I literally didn't go to any of them.
Damn.
Just kind of lame. And like a trillion shows
Mm-hmm.
for like 25% capacity. So it was like rough.
Heard.
So probably wouldn't want to do that again. Oh, I did do it again actually. But
With Disney?
not with Disney. I did Margaritaville.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
I'm a Jimmy Buffett stan.
Are you?
I sure am.
I
I've never
performed
seen
for him.
I've never seen Margarita. No way.
I performed for him. We did our show for him.
No
He was so nice.
way.
And then he did a concert on
Oh.
the ship for everyone.
Wow, may he rest in peace. Like,
I know.
Shout out Jimmy.
So many people texted me when he died and were like, are you okay?
Same,
I was
honestly.
like, yeah.
Everyone used to make fun of me in college because I enjoyed Jimmy Buffett and they would call me grandpa. And then that day happened and I got a million texts and I was like, I don't know if this is backhanded or what, but
No way.
whatever.
So you're like really a fan.
I mean, I grew up, my parents were fans. Like that was always,
Parrot heads.
that was one of the CDs that we had in our household. So it would be on pretty frequently. So that music is just kind of ingrained in my brain one way or another. It was like that and Bon Jovi and Frank
So
Sinatra. A
random.
weird trichotomy, but
Oh my God.
yeah,
Yeah.
amazing.
So that was wild. And then, so I had been like booking pretty consistently,
Yeah.
like post college, besides the whole COVID thing. And then I just had like the craziest dry spell. It was like literally 2 years of not booking a gosh dang thing.
It happens.
You know what I mean? Like,
I really do.
It just like, it effed me up a little bit.
For sure.
It was just crazy. And I'd get like callbacks and I feel like I'd get so close to things and then it just like wouldn't happen. And I was like, my agents are going to drop me.
Are you theater specific or have you always been theater specific? Is that the dream?
Yeah.
Heard.
It always has been with like, I'd love to do film and TV, like just like in the back of my mind.
Of course.
But it's never been something I've pursued.
Gotcha.
I would love to do that. I don't know why I don't.
And it's not easy to just do the
like,
shit.
I want to do it now.
Actually, let me just do that, you know?
I feel like commercials are such a great way
to
just make some money.
For sure. I feel like you would book commercials pretty easily.
I feel like I would too.
Get on that.
I know.
Why the heck not?
But I also feel like you would.
Stop. Oh my God.
I'm serious. Do you have an agent?
I mean, I have an agent, yeah. He's
but
primarily theatrical, but he's based in LA, so I could definitely inquire about film and TV and whatnot.
Yeah.
So
you should.
Yeah.
You should.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had a fun little dry spell. Nothing was happening for me. And then my boyfriend, who is a musician, who I met on Margaritaville, he took a conducting lesson with the music director of Wicked.
Whoa.
And brought me in to sing so he could like conduct
amazing.
So like a singer.
What an amazing opportunity.
Right. So I was like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. So we rehearsed and went in and I sang and the music director was like, who are you? Like, how have I never met you before? I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, I'm non-union and I've been in the city for 8 years. And yeah, he was like, okay. And then he kept bringing me in for auditions for like for tour and for Broadway for like different tracks. And then something just clicked with this most recent Vacation Swing track.
Hell yeah.
And it happened.
Boom.
Which was just so crazy.
What was your audition process like for that?
For the Vacation Swing?
Yes.
They brought me in and it's also Nessa understudy.
Yes.
So I sang Nessa material as well as No One Mourns the Wicked, the ending ensemble parts.
Gotcha.
Which I had to do for all these auditions. So it was like soprano 1 and 2, both of those, as well as a solo from Thank Goodness. I don't know if you know it. Terrible green blizzard, through
yes.
land she flies. So it was all that, which is kind of a lot.
That is a lot.
And they had me doing all of it like 100 times.
Amazing.
And it was so scary.
I'm sure.
And it was like the associate director and then 2 casting people and someone filming and then someone playing piano. Like a huge packed room and just crazy. And it was the room I booked Margaritaville in.
Oh my God.
Which is so crazy.
That's a lucky room. You got to keep your eye on things in there.
Where was it? Sunlight Studios?
Oh my God, yeah.
So random. Like no one goes there.
And what a nice place too.
Yeah, it's great.
They also do same day discounts. That's like the only place that still does same day discounts.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So pro tip there, folks. Sunlight Studios on 46... 45th, 47th.
46 sounded good. It's by where Phantom was.
Yeah, it's down. We're gonna say between 44th and 47th, vaguely. Between 8th and 9th. Yeah, good place.
Great. So did that, and then I was like, oh, I flopped. I think that every time I audition.
Yeah.
Every single time, I'm like, it was horrible.
Of course.
And then I got an email later asking for the dance. The like singer dance, whatever, and then the Green Blizzard solo again with like really intense notes, like very specific notes, exactly how they wanted it.
Heard.
So did that, got together with a friend who's like a dancer who helped me finesse the dance video.
Oh, do you consider yourself a dancer?
I don't.
Okay.
But I should because I'm like,
strong mover.
I'm dancing in this show.
Yeah.
I'm a vacation singer swing.
Okay.
So I'm covering 6 roles in the ensemble that are all like the singers.
Gotcha.
But a couple of them are more like dance heavy.
Heard.
And I'm doing it.
Hell yeah. Hop off.
I never considered myself a dancer, but that's just me probably putting myself down.
I mean, yeah.
You know what I mean?
That little inner saboteur.
Yeah.
It does that.
It really does. Yeah.
I'm very confidently not a dancer.
But maybe you are.
I mean, maybe, but no.
I mean, you've
I'll
had
give
to-
myself mover. I'll give myself potentially even strong mover, but dancer, I can't keep up in a dance call.
Yeah,
I can't.
I agree. A strong
Whatever.
mover.
You know,
Strong mover.
that doesn't need to be my brand anyways, you know?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, you're like the comedic character.
Yeah. Exactly.
Are you good at like physical comedy?
I mean, yeah. This body just kind of is
It just
physical
kind of,
comedy.
you just walk into a room and it's
Yeah.
physical comedy.
I'm just a vertical piece of uncooked spaghetti. So whatever happens, you know?
Perfect.
Yeah.
So I did all that, sent it in, obviously hated everything I sent in. I thought it was horrible.
Mm-hmm.
And then like 2 weeks later, I get a text from my agent. And my agent is like a little brat. Like that's his personality. Like he is just like a brat. Not in the Charlie XCX way.
Oh, no.
But like he's just sassy.
Yeah.
And he like texted me and he was like, hey, are you free to like do a Zoom or a FaceTime? Oh, my FaceTime's not working. Like, can we do a Zoom? And I was like, okay. So immediately my heart's like pounding. I'm like, why do you want to talk to me? Like, what's going on? I'm like, is this actually happening? So we get on the Zoom and he's like, hey, I just wanted to pop in. Like, I have some notes from casting. Like, they really loved you. So immediately I'm like, okay, this is a note session.
Yeah.
So I'm like not even worried anymore. I'm like, I didn't book it. He's like, they really loved you and your time will definitely come with this show in 3 weeks. And I was like, gagged.
Yeah.
Gagged.
For sure.
So, I mean, that was just like the most special day. I feel like I really felt all the emotions.
Of course.
And ever since then, I'm just like,
what is that like? What is feeling the dream like? Like you achieved it.
I know. I don't know.
You got the call.
I know.
What was life like for those next 3 weeks prior to rehearsal starting?
Oh, those were great weeks. They really were because I was just so excited.
Of course.
So excited going over all the music like with my boyfriend and on my own.
Yeah.
Having the best time, seeing my parents. And then like you start rehearsals and it's like, am I qualified for this?
Oh, of course.
You know what I mean? Like the imposter syndrome is so real.
Yeah.
Like it finally happens and it's like, can I do this? Like I've never been a swing before.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like really kind of dancing.
Heard.
Like this is not something I ever expected for myself in my journey to Broadway. And it's spooky.
It is
So like you have to do it.
Of course. Of course.
It's just like so crazy.
Yeah.
It's just so insane to even think about.
Mm-hmm. What would you say to little Claire right now?
Oh my God, I'd say slay queen.
Literally pop off, little Claire. Can you believe?
It's just, I really just like judged myself for so long because like I wasn't booking this regional stuff.
Yeah.
And I really thought in my head, like, that's what you have to book.
Yeah.
Like these regional shows, these national tours, like.
Have you worked regionally?
Literally no.
Crazy.
Literally never.
Amazing.
I know.
Yeah.
So I don't know why I thought that was like a necessary step to Broadway, but.
Also, the thing is, too, now that you have this credit, amazing, but also now it's becoming Frozen City, so...
I know.
As soon as you're done with this, like...
I know.
You're going to be getting it left and right.
I really hope so.
I'm trying to get in the Frozen circuit. I'm really trying to bust in there.
Who would you want to be?
Hans.
Yeah.
I need a Hans track.
Disney Cruise Line. Hans.
I mean, yeah, I would do it.
Have you auditioned?
For Disney Cruise Lines?
Yeah.
I've auditioned for them maybe twice, I think. That's how I met Greg before we even worked together, and I didn't even know it because I had gone in for the Disney Cruise Line auditions like maybe 2 or 3 weeks before I started at the restaurant.
Yeah.
And I was like, you feel very familiar in just a very vague way. And then once I found that out, I was like, okay, great. That
Did you
makes
ever
sense.
tell him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out Greg.
Shout out Greg.
Just shouting out everybody we know from our restaurant circle. Remember when that $500 tip went viral?
Yeah.
That happened to me at the restaurant.
Yeah, I know. I left a week before.
It could have been your table.
Could have been me.
They were the nicest people. You
That's
guys,
amazing.
The stuff that happened after that, I was on the Kelly Clarkson show.
What?
I was virtually.
I did not know that.
I did a Zoom with Kelly Clarkson.
That's crazy.
And this is just so random. She gave me $1,000.
That's amazing.
She was like, we've partnered with Bic pencils and we want you to see so many more shows. So here's $1,000.
How about 800 and a bunch of pencils? I'll take it. You joking?
I was like, this is so crazy.
Yeah, folks,
Again,
you've probably seen the post out there, everyone.
Yeah.
It went super viral, and like people I knew were sharing it. I was like, oh my God, you know Claire? And they were
Yeah.
like, no. I was like, oh.
You guys, I literally think it has like 900,000 likes.
Amazing.
It's like actually insane. And I got recognized at the restaurant from that as well.
That's
I don't
crazy.
even know how, because, well, I guess my face was in the post.
Yeah.
But you're not supposed to tell people where you work,
No.
where you live.
No.
Come on.
Listen, especially the theater girlies, love you all, but
Yeah.
the fangirling can get pretty darn hard.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's...
So that was my first taste of fame this year.
Was that the first time you've ever been viral?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
I've gone viral on TikTok a couple times, but
Always that one, the day in the sun and then it's over.
yeah, I
kind
mean,
of
it's
thing.
literally like a day.
Yeah.
I've had like a happy working song video that's
Oh, okay.
it like kind of like goes around,
Heard.
makes its way around.
Heard.
But no, this was like my biggest thing. There
Crazy.
was like celebrities commenting and sharing.
Truly, there
it was
were.
insane. I was on the news.
You were.
Kelly
I do remember that.
Clarkson, like-
That's crazy.
Yeah.
All for
But that was
just doing your job.
Right. That was imposter syndrome too, because I was like, I didn't do anything to deserve this.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I was a good server.
Sure.
Insane.
But also, what does it even mean? You know?
right.
Does it mean memorizing the menu? Because I didn't do that, but
No.
boy, did I have a great
It
personality.
is all about the personality.
Hell yeah.
It's all about the personality.
Yeah.
100%.
Well, how'd you feel putting in your 2 weeks there? Did you put in your 2 weeks? Or did
Yeah,
you just
I did.
drop? Okay.
I did. I felt great.
Yeah.
So happy.
Yeah.
So happy and exciting.
It'd be like that. It really do be like that.
And it was like just fun. I had so much fun.
Yeah.
Because it was great. The people there were so amazing.
We had a great team of people.
That is my favorite like part-time job I've ever had. Like just like people-wise.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
It was always fun at the end of the day.
Yeah.
when
You
it
weren't
was-
there for that long. How long were you
I
there?
wasn't.
Like a month?
A month? Are you crazy? I was there for like half a year. I was there for like 6 solid months.
Whoa.
I guess.
But you would like leave for
I guess
like
I took-
contracts booked and blessed.
Yeah, I guess I left for probably, I would say no more than 1 month in total.
That's so
but
funny.
I guess that makes sense.
I was there for a full year, and then literally the same month that I had started, I booked Broadway.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me lay out this timeline a little bit. You moved here
Mhm.
8 years ago.
Mhm.
You were in college for 1 year of that.
Yes.
And then we had cruise ship, pandemic, cruise ship, dry period.
Dry period.
What's the dry period like?
Rough.
Yeah.
It's rough.
And were you on the grind still?
Yeah. Yeah.
Were you non-union still at that point?
I was. I went union.
Okay.
And
During that period of time?
Mhm.
Okay.
And that was great. All the auditions that I could go to, because I had been doing the non-union stuff forever.
Yeah.
The like 5 a.m.
Mhm.
and like the signups and the waiting around. So
And you weren't EMC either. You
No.
were just straight up non-union.
it was really a nightmare.
Mm.
It was a nightmare. But then when I went equity, that was also hard, because then I was like, oh, everyone is just amazing.
Yeah.
And like me being, and now I'm just like in the union.
Yeah.
Opposed to when you're non-union and they're like, oh my God, she's amazing. And she's
Mm.
non-union. Like it's just like,
Heard.
and now I'm just in the pool
Yeah.
with everybody, you know? But it was great. But it was just nothing happening. And I randomly took a film class. I was like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
I was like looking up different careers. I was like, do I?
That's tough when you get to that point
Yeah.
where you're considering the pivot.
Because you really think about it and you're
Yeah.
like, okay, well, how am I going to sustain myself?
Hmm.
Like, I'm an adult person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I
It's-
can't
it's
work in a
hard.
restaurant forever.
And then it's was everything that I've done just a fluke?
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Am I actually not talented, or I was only good at that one specific thing at that one specific time?
No, exactly.
No,
Exactly.
Nothing's real.
Yeah.
Nothing's real. Everything's so arbitrary. You have no control over so many things, and those dry spells happen.
They do. And I think this one was just really long because there was something really exciting coming at the end of it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
for sure.
And now looking back, I can see that. But obviously, when you're in it, it's like, this is a nightmare. It's
Yeah.
horrible. And also, like, all my friends are in theater. So, like, they book, and I'm like so happy for them. But then also,
Mm.
it's like, why can't I book?
That's a huge part of it. Yeah. As the
It's
friends,
so
because you have
hard.
to be happy for them.
It is
You
so
have to, but
hard.
it sucks at the same time.
It does.
You know,
The
especially
jealousy.
because like people tend to hang out with people similar to them. So naturally, all of your friends are your type and
Yeah.
going in for the same things that you want to be
Yeah.
doing and whatnot. And then you have to be like, hee, congrats on that role that I wanted to play or
Right.
whatever, that gig or whatever, that theater I wanted to work at. And it's tough. But it's, once again, one of those things where you need to be like, I have no control over this. There's some arbitrary reason whatsoever. It may be their height, their eye color, whatever. I can't control that, obviously. And my time will come.
Yeah.
And you have to believe that.
You have to. And it's true.
Yeah.
It's true. That's literally in my bio in the playbill. It's just like, dreams do come true.
For sure.
Like, I didn't list any roles on there. I'm like, I feel like I haven't done anything.
Yeah.
Like, what would be on there? Like Disney Cruise Line and Margaritaville? Like, it's like so, I feel like such an imposter still.
I mean, everyone's got to start somewhere, but also you're not starting somewhere. Like, you are trained, you have
I know.
roles under your belt.
I know.
But once again, it's tough. It's that Broadway, just the name of it, where it's like, oh, is anything else significant?
Right.
Like, was I a professional actor until now?
Right.
And the answer is yes.
Yes.
Yes, you were. Absolutely. Break down the stigma.
Break it down.
Let's end this right here and now. Everyone out there, you're professional.
You are. And you're going to make it. Just don't give up.
No.
And it might look different than you think it's supposed to.
Yeah.
And be happy for your friends, even though it's really hard.
Of course. I mean, always be happy for your friends,
Yeah, of
too.
course.
You know?
Of course.
We're all in this together. You
We
gotta
are.
support each other in whatever way, shape, or form, you
Oh
know?
my God. And if I could get everyone I know cast in this show, I would.
Of course.
Oh my God.
Or can you get me cast in the show?
Who do you want to be?
Good point.
I'm like actually
Good
thinking.
answer,
I'm like,
good
who?
answer. I yearn for the day where they are ready for a skinny stoner Fiero.
Okay.
Because it would work.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like it wouldn't work.
No, for sure.
It's just that it's the Broadway body situation, which is a whole can of worms in
but that's
itself.
going away,
I'm
I think.
hoping, you know?
I think there's all sorts of different Fieros.
Yeah. Good.
Oh my gosh. I love that choice.
Thank you. I when I do the material, I feel like I don't always have the prettiest voice,
Mhm.
but the way that fits in, like all that material, the way that fits in is like cool. Like that's one of
Yeah.
those things where like I submitted for like the open call at one point just for the heck of it. I was just like, why not?
Yeah.
And then I listened back and which I don't normally like the way I sounded things. And I listened back and I was like, oh, in a weird way, this sounds pretty cool.
Wait,
This works.
I love that. I feel
Thank
like you should
you.
have Dancing Through Life in your book. I feel like you should.
I don't know if I'll put it in my book,
I
but
feel
I'm
like you
happy to sing
should.
it maybe at a cabaret
And
or
you do
something.
it kind of like stonery vibes. Like you don't really care.
He does it. Like he does it. He comes in, he's acting like a fucking philosopher. Like,
Wait, I love that choice.
yeah.
I love people singing things that aren't necessarily their type.
Yeah. I
Like
mean,
Me
also,
singing Tomorrow from Annie is the only song I ever sing at a cabaret. It's like my only song I will sing.
yeah, you do. And you sang it in a cabaret that we were in
Yeah,
together.
I did, and I ate, unfortunately.
You did.
I
You really
did.
ate. No crumbs.
I know.
No freaking
You
crumbs.
too, spaghetti song.
Thank you.
Whatever.
Thank you.
Noodle song.
Yep, you nailed it. Oh, that was a good time. That was fun.
That was.
I was so excited when they released the cast list and you were on it, and
I
I was like,
know.
"Oh my god, wait,
I
okay,
know.
fun."
It's so
My friend Claire,
Great knowing people.
yeah,
It really is, because I knew you and I knew Daniel.
Mhm.
It's really crazy. It is a tiny, tiny little world.
It's a tiny world. The communities always find weird ways of colliding. Where you're at a birthday party or something, and
Yeah.
you're like, "How the hell do you know this person?"
Yeah.
and whatnot.
Yeah.
I love it. That's one of my favorite things in New York too, is being like, "Oh, okay." Not only do I have like a community here, but also the world is so small that it is ever expanding, like every
Right.
day. And that's so, and I think that is probably just the theater experience in general
Mhm.
here, you know? I think as long as you're out there doing the thing, it's bound to happen.
Yeah.
So, especially for the folks out there who are like scared of moving to the city and not having anyone, you know, that's not how it goes. It's going to happen.
Do it. Do it and like do a class.
Oh, yes.
I know so many people.
Actor therapy.
I was going to say actor
no,
therapy.
truly. Shout out Actor Therapy. Will always give you cred for that. That really
Mhm.
opened so many doors for me. And I am so grateful at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've done it like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah. When did you start it?
right when I moved to New York. Maybe my first thing out of college.
Okay.
Because I was like, I need to be back in classes.
Yeah.
I love taking classes. They're so expensive.
They are.
If I could
it's
take
very
voice
hard,
lessons, I would be in voice lessons like
weekly.
weekly.
Mhm.
But it's just insane. But I did that, and Lindsay Mendez was there
Mhm.
when I went in, and that was just insane.
I still haven't met Lindsay yet. She's busy being on Broadway while I was taking my classes.
She's pretty busy. I think she's there right now. I saw a post.
For the summer intensive.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. No, classes are great.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I don't know how, because I met people through like school here, going to AMD out here, but literally I know so many people from classes and from doing like jobs.
Yeah.
Server jobs, lots of theater people.
Truly.
It's entirely theater people.
Truly. That's the one upside. That is the one upside of working in Times Square at a schmancy restaurant, is that
schmancy
theater people do come in there, important theater people, which is nice.
That is fun.
Other than that, I don't know.
I mean, working in Times Square is a nightmare.
Oh my God.
A nightmare.
I've had 3 jobs out of my 5 since I moved to the city that have all been in Times Square thus far. Yeah. And it's a lot. All of those new shows that just opened this season are all on the street of my building, and I need to...
What shows?
Like Outsiders, Stuffs, all of that, and they all opened at the same time. And my commute to work got so much longer. Just trying to get down the sidewalk. I'm like, people, enough. Yeah. Knock it off.
I know.
Move over.
So Wick is on 50th. So it's literally just, I don't need to go through Times Square.
Yeah.
Which is the best thing.
Wicked's location is perfect.
It's so good.
Yeah.
They have a lot of things right.
They really
Wicked
do.
does.
Like having you in the show.
Oh, it's so crazy.
I know. I mean, we literally met probably like a year ago.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah.
And I mean, things change.
Things
change so
like
quickly
that.
and crazily.
And I always say that, but like it's literally so true.
Yeah.
Just one day your whole life has changed. Gotta just keep moving towards it.
I think I'm gonna win the lottery.
Yeah, I think so too. Do you enter?
Sometimes.
Do you?
Frequently. On the days where I'm like, I just need so much money. I just need so much money.
Yeah.
I go and I buy my Powerball ticket.
Do you actually?
I do. I also have a gambling problem. I love a casino. Put me in a casino.
Really?
Oh my God.
I've
don't
never
know.
done that.
I don't know how any of the machines work, but boy, do I love it.
How much money will you?
Here's my strategy. I will go in and say, here is my money to spend in this casino. At the end of the day, I am anticipating spending this money.
Right.
Okay?
If you know you're going to lose it.
Yes, that is left pocket. That is me going to Dave & Buster's. I know I'm going to spend this much money to play games or whatever. It's going in the left pocket. Then I win money. Great. Right pocket. That's my prize. That's what I come out with.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I may spend $100 and I may only win $6, but at the end of the day, I was there to have the experience and I have $6 to show for it. Great. Right. Amazing. I made $6 instead of losing 94. And that is the bad gambling mindset.
Yeah, that is. That's 100% the problem mindset.
Yeah. Whatever.
I mean, fun though. I've never done it.
Oh, you gotta.
But
I've heard there's a casino coming to Times Square.
That sounds like a horrible idea.
I agree. I really do. It could have been hearsay, but I feel pretty confident that it's happening.
That makes sense. I'm kind of shocked there isn't one already.
I think there's so many laws about all that jazz that I don't want to know about. I don't need to know about. Yeah.
And the sports. I know people that do like the sports betting or whatever.
That's too much.
It's crazy.
That's way too much. Yeah. I don't know. There's so many Olympics happening right now too where I'm like, why is that a sport? Like water polo? I'm like,
you don't think water polo should be a sport?
Well, I'm just like, why is that a sport? What? Yeah. How did that make the qualifications to be like in the Olympics?
Yeah.
That just looks like we were playing in the pool.
You're gonna get a lot of hate from the water polo community right now.
I'm not questioning the validity of your sport. Like you're there for a reason, y'all, for sure. But I'm just like, this feels like something that was invented in someone's backyard. That was probably like, we're in a pool.
I mean, for sure.
We have a ball. Let's play soccer with our hands.
Like we could all go to a pool and play water polo.
Yeah. I would be so bad at it. I would be.
Well, I would just be scared of people like drowning me.
Well, it always looked like they're always like bobbing up and down so much too. I'm like, I don't think they're standing up. I think they're probably having to swim for it.
Yeah.
That just seems so hard
It does, and I think I would get aggressive, and I would be like on people's shoulders,
Oh,
like putting
yeah.
them into the
Just
water.
out of fear of not drowning, you
Right,
know?
right.
I tried to take a scuba class once in college because a friend had taken it the year before and had such an amazing time, and it was like very easy for them. And I don't know what they changed in between, but I showed up on the first day. You had to do a swim test.
Is this scuba or snorkeling?
This is scuba.
Okay, so
this
more
is
intense,
literal like scuba diving.
Scary, yeah.
You had to do a swim test on the first day, which like, yeah, fine. Like I can swim. I have a pool. Great. So you go into this Olympic-sized swimming pool, and they're like, okay, to start off, we're going to do 12 laps back and forth. And you're like, 12, which like, you're like, okay, like swimming. Yeah. And then by lap 3, you're like, there is so much distance that I'm covering right now, and my body is aching. So I did it. I did the 12 laps.
Did it?
Yeah. It was a struggle bus towards the end.
Was it just you alone in the pool?
No, it was all of us. And then they were like, now we're going to do an underwater portion where they wanted you had to dive in the pool, and the goal was to swim the entire length underwater, not coming up for a breath. And immediately I was like, listen, not going to do this. I'm not going to do well on this one. I know it. Sorry about that. Crazy.
So you just left?
Oh, no, I tried. I came up for air like many a time. I did that. And then you had to tread water for like 10 minutes, which I'm like, floating can't be that hard. But my whole body was like jello from all the things before, where I was like, this is horrible. This is absolutely horrible. I know the rest of the class probably won't be like this, which is fine, but this is not for me. This is not for me. And I exited the class. I got home. I opened my little laptop and I dropped it immediately.
That's so funny.
Listen, you live and you learn.
That's crazy.
And I don't have a scuba license now. So
Aww.
I'm fine with it. It was cool that was an option to have as a class.
What were you going to do with that?
Have fun with my friends taking the scuba class. That was really the only goal. There was like a trip at the end where you went and you like actually scuba dived in some body of water. Yeah. I had some friends that stuck with it and they ended up having a good time. But
yeah.
Listen, that first class ruined it for me.
No, I mean, that's scary.
Yeah.
Scuba diving, you're going so deep.
Oh my God, yeah.
That's too much.
Olympic-sized pools are no joke.
No.
Shout out to everyone that's swimming in the Olympics
Good
right
job,
now.
Paris
Literally
2024.
could never be me.
And
Could
have you
never.
seen the like dance? Not the synchronized swimming, but it's like, I guess, I don't know. They have these crazy dance routines they do underwater. Have you seen any of those?
No.
They're like literally insane. Like full dance routines, but like in the water.
That's crazy.
And they're like flipping and then they're like under for like so long.
That's kind of funny to me because also that's another, once again, like a backyard thing where I'm like, hey, mom, look at this.
No, 100%.
Does a flip underwater.
Handstand. Your legs are like.
How was that? How many seconds was that? You know? Jeez. Wow.
That's so funny.
Anything could be a sport on the Olympics. We should start one. We should invent one.
Like what? I mean, there's breakdancing.
Nuh-uh.
Yes.
Olympic breakdancing?
You're so unaware.
I really am.
Yeah, there's breaking. It's called breaking.
Crazy.
It's at the Olympics this year.
That's amazing. Is it always there?
No, this is the first year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta tune in
Which
for
is
that.
cool.
How fun.
I don't think it's happened yet.
Okay.
But.
Wow. What a hoot.
I was going to say there should be a competition for Broadway performers, but I guess that's the Tonys.
That's the Tonys.
Which
also,
should have an ensemble.
It should have an ensemble
category,
award.
duh.
It should always have a stage management position. It should always, there should always be tech involved. Like,
yeah.
We need there's so much that goes into a show, and anyone that makes the, like, categories needs to do one and figure that out because we need more representation there.
No, we do. Best ensemble.
Yeah. Duh.
Like, duh. Best standout moment from an ensemble member?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah. Like, why? Why not?
Yeah.
Because of what is the word I'm looking for? Probably just because of the hierarchy and the patriarchy of it all, you know?
The patriarchy somehow.
Truly, like, yeah. Am I wrong?
No.
Probably not.
You're definitely not.
No. I mean, yeah, that's theater right now. Is a bunch of white guys making the calls, but I feel like that's changing. I said it on our producer episode a couple weeks ago. I was like, I'm excited now that, like, our generation and like the generation above us, like the true millennials are like starting to step into those positions and do that kind of stuff now, because it feels like it's probably going to lead to more artistically fulfilling Broadway work, you know?
Yes.
Like not all movie musicals left and right.
Please.
I would love that. I really would.
Just an original, something original.
Yeah.
I'm so over revivals and movies and books.
Yeah.
Like, just do something
Something
new.
weird. Give me something weird.
Yeah.
I need some weird theater out
I'm going
there.
to see Oh Mary soon.
Oh,
and I cannot wait for that. And I know that's going to be
I haven't seen it yet.
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's weird theater.
Weird.
Make it normal.
There's like a Darren Criss musical coming out that looks weird. They're going to be robots.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're robots.
Crazy. I'm a big Darren Criss fan.
Yeah.
Love that. Were you a Star Kid girly growing up?
Like, yeah.
Okay.
Like, not huge.
Okay.
I wasn't really a Harry Potter person.
Understood.
But like, I've watched it.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I get the appeal.
That was my gateway drug to theater.
Yeah.
Was the Star Kid.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It was pretty iconic.
Mm.
Darren Criss.
Also, I was just like, that was one of the first times too where I was like, they're just having fun with their friends.
Right.
Like that is what theater actually is just having fun with your friends. How nice, how lovely. I would like to experience that. I would like to get paid to experience that.
Right.
I would like to have a following because of experiencing that. Like, what a dream.
Yeah.
What a freaking dream. And not everyone does that.
Yeah.
Chase your dreams, people. Why not? Why not?
You have nothing to lose.
Like, I mean, maybe financial stability, but like, who cares?
Just chase them. You only live once.
You only
have
live
to
once,
do it.
You know, I'm just like, everyone in those small towns, get out.
Get
go
out.
See the world.
And go meet people. That's like the biggest thing. I didn't even realize how important networking was.
Oh my God, yeah.
They were always like, it's who you know. And I was like, well, I'm just going to be really talented. And like, that's what should matter. And it's just, it doesn't.
No.
It doesn't, because everyone's really talented.
Everyone's really talented. You got to pass the vibe check.
Yeah. You got to meet people. And that's how you're going to get in those rooms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People want to work with people who are fun to be around.
Yeah.
I also said, a couple weeks ago on one of the episodes, I'm like, when I think back to like my favorite coworkers of like muggle jobs and stuff, it's never the people that were like the best at the job. No. It was
those people are also kind of annoying.
Of course. I'm like, it's the people who are just fun and silly, you know?
Yeah.
Fun to be around, you know? That's what it is. We know.
You're the perfect example of that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I do. I was fine.
You got a review that was like,
I did.
Brennan should be teaching the whole staff like a class on how to be a better server or something.
What was that review on? Do you know what platform that was?
I think it had to be Yelp or OpenTable.
Okay.
It was probably OpenTable. Yeah, literally.
The manager was probably so mad.
So mad. This was after you'd left,
yeah,
too.
It was.
So funny. God, you must have been good.
Listen, I don't know everything, and if I don't, I'm going to admit it.
You were always very truthful about that. You're like, I don't know the specials.
I have no clue. They're like, what is this? I said, I have no clue, but I'll find out. I'll be right back. BRB.
Oh, people love honesty.
Yeah. Do you have this kind of flicker? I don't even know what that is. What is it?
Right.
Great. Let me go check.
That's good.
Who cares?
That's good.
I don't need to pretend about that.
I would get nervous sometimes. People would order crazy cocktails that weren't on the menu, and I'd be like, "Oh yeah, of course."
Sure.
And I would just be like, Can we do this?
We'll give it a shot. You know, I'll give it a shot. Who knows?
I mean,
no. I went to bartending.
Oh.
I went to bartending school.
Did you?
I did.
Wow, you have had so many lives I did not know about. Scuba diving.
Yeah.
Bartending.
Oh my God.
Whoa.
Yeah, I took bartending classes in between my sophomore and junior year because I was like, I'm going to pick up just a part-time bartending gig.
In college?
Yeah, because I live in a college town. And it's like huge party school. Like, how useful.
Yeah.
I didn't have time for that. Why did I think I was going to be able to do that?
So did you learn all the things?
Yeah, I did. It was literally like a 1-week program and you had to learn everything. You needed to have every cocktail memorized, back to front, proportions, everything.
In person? This was like in person. And you like make the drinks?
Yeah. I did it.
Whoa.
I did it. I did great. I got a near perfect score. And I retained that knowledge for a while, and I would have the best pre-games because of it.
I was going to say, you must have been so fun at parties.
Yeah. My junior year, we had a huge dorm room. We just picked this one that looked big on the floor plan, and it was massive. So we would host the pre-game. I would make cocktails. It was always a hit. Yeah.
Oh my, of course.
Yeah. And that knowledge has since fled my brain.
So you've never used it. You took this whole class and you've never used it.
Correct.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But whatever.
What about bartending at a theater?
I have tried to get into that. The only time that someone has called me back about it, I was like wicked overbooked. So I was like, sorry.
Nice
I
use
just
of
can't
words,
do it.
wicked. That was a Boston thing. I know that wasn't intentional.
I'm from Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. That's wild to me that's just not a part of people's vocabulary.
No.
I get called out on it like frequently enough where I'm just like, oh, yeah, I guess that's weird to you.
That is crazy.
No,
it just makes you look like really theatery. Like you just trying to say the word wicked.
That makes me so sad.
Yeah.
That makes me so sad. Oh my God, that's not my brand.
Oh, wicked.
As I host a theater podcast.
Right, it's completely your brand.
Oh my God. We like to have fun here. Yeah, I mean, back to theater, speaking of the dream is so easy to lose. And I, even like now, even though I'm like considering myself a part of the community, like I am experiencing successes. I'm like, what has to change? And is it a change that I have to make? You know, or is it just something that will happen? You know, how do you feel about that?
I think you're doing all the right things.
It feels like it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you would know if you had to make a change in yourself. You just have to be patient.
Which I'm just not.
I know.
I am my mother's son. I have no patience.
I know. Well, I always thought, I think Lindsay Mendez made her Broadway debut when she was 24.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm going to make my Broadway debut when I'm 24. That was like always the thing in my mind. And then that didn't happen.
No.
You know, I'm 27 now. But it happened in 2024. So maybe I was just wrong about the meaning of the 24.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you just have to keep moving towards it.
Yeah.
You know what? Just keep moving in that direction, even if things feel slow.
You just have to fuel the fire in some way, shape, or form. You just have to be artistically fulfilled in some way, shape, or form to just scratch that itch and keep that satisfied at the very least, you know? Because I'm personally one where I don't know if I will ever actually be satisfied. Like I'm always looking towards the next thing. Like I'm always like, what? Okay. I just said a word. All words are in all songs. I'm always one that like is looking for that next thing. Like that's kind of how I gauge my timeline, you know, whether it be a vacation or whatever, or I don't know, something like that. So that's a big fear I have about this career in this life. But like, I feel like this is the only career in this world that would even line up with that in a little bit. Yeah. Like there are always going to be more jobs and whatnot.
Yeah.
I also do think that once I'm getting those nice paychecks, that fear will fly out the window.
You'll be like, I'm so happy now.
No, truly. I'm like, oh, money doesn't buy happiness, but it buys all of the things to alleviate my stress.
Yeah. I mean, it does.
Like being able to pay rent, crazy. Having more money to spend on having a social life is so expensive. You know?
It is.
Like, it's been so hot out. All I want to do is go get a frozen margarita at all times.
Yeah.
Can I do that? No.
Right.
That's not sustainable.
Right.
Because also, I can't get a frozen margarita without also getting chips and guac.
Yeah, of course.
Every time I like make plans, I'm like, we should go get frozen margaritas. I'm like, we're going to go for happy hour. I'm going to have no more than 2. It's going to be so cost effective. And I get there and they're like, can I get you any like chips or guac or anything? And I was like,
yeah, of course. You are not going to go and not get chips and guac.
No.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, and your happy hour, it's like always going to be like $60.
Oh, yeah.
And like after you've had those margs, you're like, oh, whatever. But like, that's $60.
Yeah.
You didn't need to spend.
Yeah.
I know. I mean, I don't, money buys happiness. Money buys happiness.
It does buy happiness.
It does if you're already like a happy, I've
been saying that too much on this podcast. I probably sound so superficial.
But then you can do the things that make you happy without being stressed about it.
And that's the dream, is just not having to worry. That's really what the big dream is not having to worry about things. I have worried too much of my life. I have let stress take over my life too much in these 27 years I've been on this earth.
Are we the same age?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
When's your birthday?
October.
Oh my God. So you're about to have a birthday.
I guess.
Oh my God.
My golden birthday. Because I'm turning 28. Oh, and my birthday's on the 28th.
What is that golden?
It's the year, the age you're turning plus the day of your birth.
And they match. Okay.
So when were you born?
January 31st.
So yours will happen on your 31st birthday.
Oh my God. Okay. Great.
That's a good one.
Wow. That's good, because after 30, like, what do you have to look forward to? other than 40. So then you have 31. Okay, great. Yeah, it's like, I just want to be happy. And I think a lot of that is going to come from not being so stressed and having just a little bit more freedom to live life, like truly feel like I'm living life. Because like I have a great life. I have so many amazing friends and a great community, but I'm just spending so much of my time at these muggle jobs that aren't what I'm truly passionate about, literally just to survive. Just to be able to make enough money to pay rent and break
get a frozen
even
margarita.
And get maybe one frozen margarita every other week or whatever, you know? It's just like, that's part of that dream. And I'm looking forward to that. And I feel there is something in my gut right now that's making me feel like something is on the horizon, and I don't know what that is.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And I'm not super duper like spiritual, like oogie boogie in that way, but I did last summer, I had this period of just like legit such bad luck that like it was nothing that I was doing or anything. It was just like shit was happening to me left and right. Like a waiter spilled an entire drink on me, and it was a drink that I was making fun of before because I was like, this sounds disgusting. I would never order it. It was called Coffee and Cigarettes, and it was an espresso martini with mezcal. Oh. The whole thing, all over my favorite new shirt.
No.
Not a drop on the ground, just literally all seeped into my clothing. And it was just stuff like that every day where I was like, I don't know what's happening. I have no control over it. Clearly, the universe is doing something, but I'm hoping that it will also do something on the opposite end. And then like I started having really good luck all of a sudden. And I was like, okay, great. But like now I'm just feeling this tugging in my gut where I'm like, okay, something is coming, and I don't think I have the power to do anything about it. I think I just need to sit here and wait, which is like really cool. And we'll see how long that feeling lasts before I'm like, okay, it's time. But yeah.
That means you're on the right path.
I'm hoping so.
You're doing the right thing.
It feels good. There's so much faking it till you make it right now that's happening that I'm really just going for, where I'm just like...
And it never stops.
And it's succeeding. It's really succeeding. Where I'm just like, oh, okay, great. I'm going to say this as if it's factual.
Yeah.
And then it becomes factual. And I'm like, okay, really cool. And once again, it's 98% delusion, which is fine. I think it's a good thing. I think you need to be delusional in this industry.
You have to.
Delulu till it's true. Someone said that to me the other day, and I ate that up. I was like, amazing.
No, you have to, because no one else is going to be in your corner as much as you are. You know what? You have to be rooting for yourself.
Yes.
So you have to be a little delusional.
Yeah.
You have to.
Of course.
Because it's delusional to think that it's ever going to happen. So you like
Truly.
have to just live that.
Also, it's just so much more fun.
Yeah.
It's just so much more fun.
It is so fun.
I want to be the kooky person, you know? I want to be that person that everyone spends a day with or whatever, and they're like, that guy is just so strange, but what a hoot. What a fun time.
You want to be that guy?
I want to be that guy. I do.
That's so funny.
I just want to be so confident and carefree that I'm just
amazing.
like, who cares? Who cares?
That's amazing.
Nothing is real.
The crazy uncle.
I already am the crazy uncle, which I'm very happy about.
Are you actually an uncle?
Oh yeah, I got 3 little nephews.
Whoa.
I'm the black sheep. You know, I come through with the alternative lifestyle and stir the pot, and get them riled up,
so
have fun, leave. You know, it's great.
That's amazing.
I really do love being an uncle, and I'm happy. I like very adamantly was like, I gotta be the crazy fun uncle.
Yeah.
Like that just makes sense.
Oh,
like,
I'm sure you're killing it.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You could do little plays with them.
Yes. Well, I finally, when I was in Little Mermaid last year, was the first time that one of them like got to see what I do. Because like, they're like, what do you do? The other day, my nephew asked me, he was like, what did you do when you grew up? And I was like, what is my profession? He was like, after you were in school, like, were you a police officer or something? I'm like, okay, so like I'm still an adult. Like it keeps growing for sure. And I was like, but I'm an actor. He's like, oh, that's like what you do. And I was like, yeah.
Oh my God.
I was like, that's what I do. Like, that is my job. That is my career. That is my profession. And it was one of those things where I kind of like saw that little light bulb flicker where he was like, oh, that's another job. Like, that's another thing that people can do and enjoy. And I'm like, hell yeah. That rocks. That makes me really happy and really proud.
Inspiring the little kids.
Yeah.
Telling my cousins was like the cutest thing ever.
That's
They're just
amazing.
because they love like Broadway and theater and like they've known I've been wanting to do this for my entire life, their entire life. So like for it to actually happen is just like so, I was just so excited.
Of course. You're in the Broadway community, like for real now.
I guess I am.
Isn't that crazy?
I know. Should I become a TikToker?
No.
What?
I mean, do you want to?
I don't know.
If you want to, then sure. But that's just not
My boyfriend's
a prerequisite.
like, you need to build your brand.
I mean, yeah, that can come from things other than having a TikTok,
I guess that's true.
And you can all hear about that in episode whatever about branding with Connor DeVoe.
Oh.
I don't remember what number it was. I'm losing track at this point, which is so cool. Like, this is episode 25 of like this podcast, of the main pod.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's kind of a lot, actually.
It's crazy. Like, it just kind of happened all of a sudden. I was like typing in the episode number, like to the save file. And I was like, oh my God, like we're already here. Like, this is crazy.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
How far in advance do you get people?
You know, it really depends.
You don't have like a schedule of like, I need to talk to this person.
I do my best to pre-record, but then there's sometimes where scheduling doesn't work out, or like I'm out of New York, I'm out of the city for a significant period of days. Sometimes people drop whatever and you gotta kind of scramble. But like, I started out with like my list of topics of things that I wanted to definitely cover, and then my list of people, I just have like a little note in my notes app that I'm like, these are like dream people. Like, this is like eventually
Sutton Foster.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, Hugh Jackman.
Oh my God.
I would love to shake that man's hand. I know it would be the best handshake I've ever experienced in the world.
He is so fine.
Like,
have you seen Deadpool and Wolverine?
Yeah.
I just saw it.
So good.
He takes my breath away, actually. More so than Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah,
definitely,
for
like,
sure.
I think Hugh Jackman is much more attractive.
And then, like, he can sing and dance?
Right.
Hello?
Right.
He just moved to the city for real. Like, he's here right now.
Is he coming on the pod?
Maybe. Hugh.
Get him on the pod.
Buddy.
Hugh. For real, though.
I would love that. Listen, get over here.
That part in Deadpool, this is a spoiler, but when it plays The Greatest Showman, like, so
Oh my God.
That was so
funny.
So
funny. Oh.
God.
The meta of that movie was just
it was like,
so...
honestly, at some points, maybe too meta. I was
of
like,
course.
whoa, we're like, really, like, what's going on?
But like, that's all it needed to be.
But that was the whole point,
great.
was to be meta and funny.
Yeah.
And they did it.
But yeah, so I have my list of like dream people, and then I have like all my friends, and I'm like, okay, how can I crisscross this diagram so this person is fitting into this, because they are probably an expert on that. So I just kind of try and do that. And for the beginning, it was like a pretty steady flow of like sequence of events. You know, it was like how to find the audition, the audition itself, a dance call, a callback, you know, that kind of thing. And then we kind of reached the end of that, like the basics, quote unquote, of like what you're doing for real. And now we're kind of in this fun realm of like the broader aspects and also the wicked specificities of things, where now it can just kind of be like, okay, I want to have this friend on. What can we talk about? You know, that kind of thing. And then there's still a list of like topics that I still would like to do. And like, there's people that I don't know yet that I'm like, I would like this person to be the person for this. Yeah. And cold DMing is my MO nowadays.
Yeah.
In so many different ways. Not all the time. But like, what do I have to lose?
Literally nothing.
Also, like, it's so, once again, like going back to the community thing, it's like so nice to be able to be like, hi, you don't know me, but I am a friend of this person.
Yes.
At the very end of the day, this person can vouch for me if you are concerned at all, and you will know that I am not a crazy person.
No, it immediately makes you seem like legitimate.
Exactly.
You're like, oh, this is a real person who knows real people that I know.
It's a friend of a friend. It's a friend of someone I respect and who has good taste or whatever, you know, it is that kind of thing. So it's nice to be able to do that. It's nice nowadays where like you go on you meet someone new and you go on their Instagram and you have like over 20 mutuals, you know? It's like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So like we're in this together. Like our paths are probably going to cross a lot. Like this is great. And I'm starting to find that with a lot of the people that I'm trying to reach out to, which is so nice, because once again, it's also just nice to have people to vouch for you.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. And it's a huge part of this. So bam.
Slay.
You're here. You were on the OG list too.
Snake.
You really were.
Was I?
Yeah, you sure were.
OG list.
The OG.
This is going to be cut, but
No.
is it not? Oh my gosh,
No,
guys, I'm
no.
on the OG list.
You were on the OG list for sure.
Was that before or after I booked Wicked?
That was way before.
Whoa!
Yeah. This list started. Probably in December. That's when I was like officially like, okay, I'm going to commit to doing this. I'm going to get the equipment and then I'm going to do this for real. Because it was just a dream. This was also like a dream for a long time where I was like, I love podcasts, first of all. It's been such a huge part of who I am in the past 5 years or so. And it's also been in the past year, like such a huge tool for healing and whatnot, where I'm just like, wow, this is so therapeutic to listen, but also it is so therapeutic to do, you know? And also I have this thing that I'm just so passionate about where I'm like, I really want to even this playing field because there are too many people with a significant advantage that doesn't need to be there, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm like, if I can combine these two things, this is going to be so fulfilling. And that's exactly what it has been.
That's amazing.
I'm so grateful. I am so happy. Like all of the key demographics that I was looking to target are the number one in the stats right now, which I'm like, amazing. I'm reaching these people. I have so many amazing people reaching out on Instagram and being like, hey, I'm a college student right now. This is wicked helpful. I've been waiting for something like this. And I'm like y'all don't like, I know this is just like a DM, but I'm just like, y'all don't even know how much that means to me. Like that is truly why I'm here. That was my goal to set out. And like, I mean, would I love to make money off of this someday so I can just devote myself to this? Yeah, of course. But like at the end of the day, I am already accomplishing what I achieved. And now it's just, what else can it be?
Yeah.
You know, what else can I now do? And what advantages can I now spread because of the platform that I have now, you know? So it's that kind of thing.
That's so amazing.
Yeah.
That's so cool that you have this and that you did it.
I agree. I'm really proud. And also it's one of those things where it was like, you can have so many dreams. I have so many dreams in this world. Like I want to be on stage. I want to be on film and TV. I want to do voiceover, you know? I want to do it all. And, you know, I can set my plans for each one, but like there's just so much opportunity in my life where I'm like, okay, I can just keep going and keep going and keep going and go from dream to dream to dream.
Yeah.
And just make them happen.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's so inspiring.
For sure. Thank you.
I'm so inspired.
I appreciate that. I really do.
Wow.
Yeah. Everyone out there, listen, your dreams are valid. Your dreams are real. And no matter how far-fetched it seems, it is attainable. It is absolutely attainable. And once you really get going, once you're really throwing yourself into it, the paths will start to show themselves. And it may be a very long path. You know, it might be a very, very long road, but that road will exist and you'll be able to see it.
Period.
Exclamation point. I use way too many exclamation points.
Me too.
And like through the years, it's just gotten worse and worse and worse to the point where I'm like, if I don't put an exclamation point, like, are they going to think I'm so passive aggressive right now?
Right.
So like out of 5 sentences, at least 3 of them are going to end in exclamation points.
Yeah.
Where I'm also like, this also feels way too neurotic.
I'm like, do they understand the sense in which I'm putting this?
Yeah. Should I just send them a voice memo along with this? Like of me reading it? I don't know.
Yo, T, things get so misconstrued over text.
Oh
it's
my God,
impossible
yeah.
to know if people are being sarcastic or it's like...
Truly.
Yeah.
That's why I'm also like really like trying to have as clear of a brand as possible. Because I'm like, listen, the humor is dry. The silly is there. The sarcasm is real. Like my views on the world have to be so set in stone to the public and to my communities, because otherwise this is going to be way misconstrued.
Right.
You know?
Yes.
Whatever. Anyway, I feel like we nailed that.
Do we? I feel like we just yapped for an hour.
That's what a podcast is.
I guess.
Make your dreams a reality, folks.
Make your dreams
Don't
a reality.
Let your dreams be dreams.
T.
Boom.
Take classes.
Take classes. Put in the work. Like, yeah, you got to do the work.
Take classes. Be nice to people.
Yeah.
Be nice to everyone. Everyone.
Yeah. Yeah. That's tough. I will say that is something that I have a tough time with. But it is so important because you really never know.
And it's just like, I don't know, even if you're having a bad day, like you kind of have to just not in front of new people.
Yeah.
Just make a good impression.
Yeah. Or you have to be so honest and so real. Yeah. If you're having a bad day and it's not something that you can put a mask on, you need to be like, hey, just, I'm having a bad day.
People appreciate
and
that.
it's affecting me in this way. And it is no reflection of who I am as a person overall every day. Like, this is just today specific,
Yeah.
Be real.
Rock and roll.
Yeah. Any other closing notes? Any other ideas that you want to impart to the people of the world that are all listening to this right now?
Oh my gosh. Hello, world. No, I don't think so.
Make it happen.
Make it happen. It might not happen the way you think it will, but you can do it.
Exactly. Oftentimes it won't happen in the way you think it will.
It definitely won't.
No.
But if it's there, like, that means you're prepared for the opportunity, because it wouldn't be there if you weren't.
For sure.
So even if you think you're not, you are.
Yeah. Just get ready to welcome it with open arms.
And you can dance better than you think you can.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, we all know that rah-rah Rasputin.
You can.
We all know the choreo.
You can.
You have it in your back pocket at the very least.
Funny.
You're a dancer.
That's so funny.
Anywho, folks, we're rooting for you. We are your biggest supporters, and you can be our biggest supporters by finding us on Patreon. That is patreon.com/BA2Broadway. Always the announcement that we are not gatekeeping any vital information on there whatsoever. It is just silly, fun bonus content, silly stories, audition horror stories, just some good old entertainment, a little bit more of a look into our lives and all of the wild times that we've had. And also, if you're on there, our principal tier Patreon members get to choose the shows that Danny and I talk about on Wednesdays for In the Spotlight. So go check us out. If there's something you really want to hear us chat about, let us know. We'll do it. Listen, any show.
Okay, you guys, I didn't know about this.
Surprise.
I didn't know about the whole Patreon of it all. That's amazing.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a fun way to get people involved. It also helps contribute to the cost of running the podcast, which is lovely. And it's just really great overall. That is such a huge way of keeping this pod going at the rate that it is. And I am so grateful to y'all that have come through on there and wanted to hear more, or at the very least just help support this pod. So yeah, come check us out over there. It's a good time. There's a lot of good stories on there. There's a lot of silly, juicy content. So yeah, go do that. As always, you can find us on most social media platforms at BA2Broadway. Claire, where can folks find you if you want to be found?
You can find me on Instagram and TikTok, Clair in the City, no E, CLAIR.
Correct.
In the City. What else? My website?
Yeah.
My website is clairrachelhowell.com.
Hell yeah.
Hell
Claire,
yeah.
thanks for being here.
Thank you
What
for
an
having
absolute
me.
blast. I love gabbing with you one way or
my
another, regardless. So we
God.
might as well put it on the microphone.
Gab.
Hell yeah.
Gabs.
And I'm sure this will not be the last time you are here.
I hope not.
Absolutely.
Are you doing the Christmas party again?
I just met on the podcast, but
Oh.
maybe. Who knows? Who knows? We'll definitely have a holiday party of some
Perfect.
sort for one of them. Oh, who's to say?
Who's to say?
But anywho, until next time, folks. Bye. From BA to Broadway is created, produced, and edited by Brennan Stefanik, music by Dylan Kaufman, and cover art by Jordan Vongsithi.